flow through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding peace. Show, Spirit, show through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding love. Flow, Spirit, flow through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding peace. Show, Spirit, show through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding love. Every hand I shake, flow through me. Every embrace, flow through me. Every thought I think, flow through me. Oh yeah, Spirit, flow through me. Every word I say, flow through me. Every night and day, flow through me. I wanna be an expression of Spirit, your unfolding love. Every decision, flow through me. Through the confusion, flow through me. Flow through me, Mother, Father, flow through me. And I open up, Spirit, flow through me. So let your Spirit lead the way. Flow through me. I'm not worried, flow through me. 'Cause I know, as I believe, flow through me, so it is, flow through me. When I wake up in the morning, flow through me. And when I put on my clothes, flow through me. And go about my day, Spirit, flow through me. Let me touch somebody, flow through me. Let me love somebody, flow through me. Let me help somebody. Flow, Spirit, flow through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding peace. Show, Spirit, show through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding love. Flow, Spirit, flow through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding peace. Show, Spirit, show through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding love. Every embrace flow through me. Every thought I think flow through me. Oh yeah, Spirit flow through me. Every word I say flow through me. Every night and day flow through me. I wanna be an expression of Spirit, your unfolding love. Every decision flow through me. Through the confusion flow through me. Flow through me, Mother, Father, flow through me. And I open up, Spirit flow through me. So let your Spirit lead the way. Flow through me. I'm not worried, flow through me. 'Cause I know, flow through me. That as I believe, flow through me. So it flow through me. When I wake up in the morning, flow through me. And when I put on my clothes, flow through me. And go about my day, Spirit flow through me. Let me touch somebody, flow through me. Let me love somebody, flow through me. Let me help somebody, flow through me. Flow through Spirit, flow through me. Flow, Spirit flow through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding peace. Show, Spirit show through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding love. Flow, Spirit flow through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding peace. Show, Spirit show through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding love. Every hand I shake flow through me. Every embrace flow through me. Every thought I think flow through me. Oh yeah, Spirit flow through me. Every word I say flow through me. Every night and day flow through me. I wanna be an expression of Spirit, your unfolding love.
Welcome to the Columbia Center for Spiritual Living. Nestled between the Inner Harbor in Baltimore and the National Harbor just south of the nation's capital, the suburban city of Columbia offers easy access to both, where you find no shortage of activities, entertainment, and sightseeing. With a population of approximately 104,000 inhabitants, this thriving, diverse, planned community, developed by James Rouse, was established in 1967 with the goal of enhancing the lives of its residents. Columbia boasts good schools, fine restaurants, private homes, condos, and apartments, hiking trails, music venues, malls, and local shops. Founded in 1983, the Columbia Center for Spiritual Living, also known as CCSL, currently conducts services at the Hawthorne Center in Columbia and has done so since December 1984. Who are we, and who are we looking for? We are a collaborative, supportive, loving, and fun-loving community welcoming all who join us. We take pride in the programs we offer and the events we hold. One of our greatest needs now is to rebuild our community into a thriving spiritual home that realizes our full potential. We know that the perfect minister is awaiting our call. Our new minister is creative, collaborative, welcoming, enthusiastic, embodies inclusivity, fosters open and healthy dialogue, embraces and empowers shared leadership, and is committed to pastoral care. Our aspirations are growing our presence in the community at large, as well as within CSL, developing a broader equity and inclusion focus, increasing volunteerism, rebuilding thriving youth and teen programs, creating a community abundant in membership and resources. We also are committed to continuing and enhancing existing programs, such as the Women's Group, the Bookstore, SOM Magazine Group, SOM accredited classes, workshop offerings, free or low-cost foundation classes, and our annual volunteer event, Thanksgivingness.
Good morning. My name is Io McClenny, and I am a licensed practitioner here at Columbia Center for Spiritual Living. I also serve the greater community as a member of our Leadership Council for Centers of Spiritual Living. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. And I just love being here with you today on this beautiful day for this beautiful Sunday celebration. And for those of you on Facebook, we would greatly appreciate it if you would share this live stream to bring more of us together in the energy of spirit. And if you happen to be in your home with others, call them into the room. Let's make it a party. This is going to be great. Now I'm going to pause to let you do these wonderful things. Wonderful. Let's get going. Our vision is to, repeat with me, contribute to a world that works for everyone. We are a diverse community of belonging and growth, sharing the light and joy within ourselves while learning to see it in others. Our community, our work as a community, is to illuminate the spirit truth that we all belong to each other. And that calls for us to be inclusive, to celebrate and embrace our unique identities, which includes ability status, age, ethnicity, gender identity, national origin, physical characteristics, race, religion, thinking style, sexual orientation, and the list goes on and on. Because we are so diverse. We're so wonderful. We all are a part of the divine and invisible and can access any of these identities at all times. As we open our service, we acknowledge that in Howard County, the home of Columbia, Maryland, we are on the unceded traditional lands of the Piscataway tribe of the Algonquin. We honor the Piscataway community, their elders, both past, present, as well as all future generations. Now, I invite you to set an intention for this week. Take a deep breath and allow yourself to sink into the feeling of that intention right now as you open to receive Spirit's guidance through our time together. Hope you got your intention in mind, because here we go. Because we have a saying here at Columbia CSL: singing or listening to music, or even just thinking of music in your head, is like praying twice. So we begin each service with a song. And this week we are blessed to have Theta Phoenix. Theta is an intuitive singer-songwriter with a passion for creating a love-centered life. Please help me welcome Theta Phoenix.
Hello, I'm Theta Phoenix, and I am a singer-songwriter and sound healer, and I sing intuitively as well. And this is a song that I wrote several years ago. You can hear it online and on all the streaming sites. It is called Sing With Me, and it's a beautiful kind of love song. Dance with me to the rhythm in our feet. Dance with me to the pulsing of our heartbeat. Dance with me as the waves come rolling in. This is the moment the dance of love begins. Climb with me up this mountainside. All we need is to take one step at a time. Climb with me and soon we will be on top of the world, where the sky meets the trees, and we'll see such beauty. Sing with me, let your voice fly from your heart as you open your love wide. Sing with me of all your truth and mysteries. Sing the song that lets your spirit belong. Stand with me on this solid earth. Stand with me, we'll dig our feet into the dirt. Stand with me and plant the seeds and watch them grow as this river of life unfolds. a song that lets your spirit belong. Sing your song.
That's just an amazing sound healing gift. And I just want to encourage everyone who heard the gift, who received a healing, to put your intentions into the chat. I can read them, I see them, and I claim all of them too and add them to mine. Because my intention is to see my good works this week. So if this is your first time experiencing Columbia Center for Spiritual Living, we welcome you. We thank you for joining us today. We want you to know that no matter who you are or whatever your spiritual path, you are so welcome here. Smooches, smooches, hug, hug, handshake, whatever brings you back. That's what we are energetically sending to you. Now, there are a variety of ways to connect and engage in this community. So we invite you to continue watching for our announcement roll at the end of the service, where you'll find updates on events and classes, etc., all the good stuff that's going on. Links on all events can be found on our newly redesigned interactive brag website calendar at columbiacsl.com/events, or you can email us at info@columbiacsl.com for more information. Now, let us consciously engage in spiritual practice together. We invite you to settle in, center yourself in this moment, and find that sacred place within where spirit is all there is. We will have a contemplative, I love that word. We will have a reading by Karen Brown, followed by a guided meditation and affirmative affirming prayer by Zita Johnson Betts.
Good morning. Today's reading is from the Science of Mind magazine, dated July 2022, and it's entitled, We Are Joy. It begins with a quote from Ernest Holmes from the Ideas of Power, page 158. There is a laughter of God. Let's laugh it. There is a song of the universe. Let's sing it. There is a hymn of praise. Let's praise it. There is a joy, a beauty. There is a deep, abiding peace. Let's experience it. Joy is a divine gift that is an integral aspect of who we are. Like all such gifts, we must create a consciousness that allows us to fully experience and express joy in our lives. Joy is not something we create, it is something we are. As relational beings, joy can be at the heart of our relationships. As a divine gift, joy is ours to give. When we bring joy to our relationships, we create the possibility of activating joy in others. Sometimes we need to do this consciously, but the ideal is to cultivate a consciousness where joy is simply a part of our expression of being. What can I give in this relationship is a question worth asking. Bringing joy is a great gift to others that reflects back on ourselves. When one brings joy, one creates the expectancy of more joy. When that joy is not returned, it is time to pay attention to the possibility of a toxic or wounded presence. Being in joy also includes protecting ourselves from dysfunction or abuse. Joy in a relationship can be quiet and soft, or it can be loud and celebratory. It will be whatever is appropriate when the people in the relationship are centered in self-acceptance and love for one another. And the affirmation is, I am joy. I bring the best of myself to my relationships, and I bring a sense of joy. Even when I'm sad or hurting, my capacity for joy is always present. And so it is. Namaste.
Zita, you're muted, dear heart. So as Zita gets prepared, we're going to continue to watch for intentions. Please put your intentions into the chat. And as we are taking this moment to reflect upon joy, did you know that Io means joy? My name is Joy. So wherever I am and I'm with you, joy is here. So as we move forward, knowing that today's ever special day of our very own being so truly engaged in this spiritual practice. We've had Karen, longtime member and board member, who did the reading. We have Zita, who is a member who is going to guide us through our spiritual treatment. And then we have a delightful speaker. I'm not going to tell you who it is. You just have to stay right here, enjoy and wait. And now back to Zita. So you're still with me. And so I encourage you to go within. To go within and just feel the sensation that you recognize as joy. Feel that sensation. And if you're uncertain, I'll give you some ideas. Joy can simply be knowing that the next breath occurs, knowing the feeling of the next breath as it begins, and knowing that that breath is joy, or the next thought is joy. Can we name our body? Can we name the things that we do every day as joy? Yes, we can. And in this knowing, we have the power to create our experience. In this knowing where we are part of the infinite divine, we step into that part with all the love, joy, and self-expression that the divine welcomes us, commands us to bring. We know that we are one with the divine, and that connection can never be broken. And it's living in the knowingness of that connection that we have joy, that we know we are forever rooted in the divine spirit, rooted in our own beingness, rooted in a world that works for everyone. And it is in this space, in this moment with you, that I am filled with gratitude. Gratitude for your presence, gratitude for your energy, gratitude for that of the divine that you uniquely bring, and gratitude for this teaching. This teaching that opens up the mind and the heart to the joy, to the world, to to the knowingness of the connection and the expectation of our divineness to show through no matter what we may think we see and experience. Our divineness is always showing through. And if it is doing that for us, it is doing that for all who exist, all over the planet at the same time. I'm so grateful for this time with all of you, whether you're watching live or you're watching the recording. And I release these words because they're meaningless, and I just command that the feeling stay right in me. And I command the access to the feeling at any time, no matter where I am or who I'm with or what I'm doing. I command joy. Join me in commanding your joy by saying those words that bind us. And so it is. Thank you so much, Karen, for your reading. And Zita, thank you for sending me the energy through our divine connection to deliver a spiritual mind treatment. So I want everyone to know that in this community, our practitioners and ministers are eager to know the truth with you. So feel free to email your requests for prayer or counseling, or just to send us a joyful, fun story or experience. Send it to prayer, Prayer, at columbiacsl.com. And we will hold your truth in prayer throughout the week. And now, please help me welcome back our guest artist of the day, Theta Phoenix.
Hello. This song is called Light in You, and it's a song I wrote several years ago when I was living in a community house. And it's about bringing out the best in each other, choosing to see the light in the other person really brings that out. And it's not always easy, but there is so much available when we just step into it. This is Light in You. I know you're scared to be yourself sometimes. This world can be so blind, but if we take the chance to trust, start to open up, we just might find we are loved. Show me what you really want. Tell me what you really need. Reveal all you feel. You will be received, and you don't have to hide away all the things you really want to say. There are others who have felt this way. You're not alone. We are the same. And I see the light in you, shining with everything you do. Don't try to hide it no more. Can you hear it knocking at your door? I know you're scared to be yourself sometimes. This world can be so blind, but if you take the chance to trust, start to open up, you just might find that you are loved. I see the light in you, shining with everything you do. Don't try to hide it no more. Can you hear it knocking at your door? Oh, the door to your heart, the door to your heart.
song. I see the light in everyone, and I feel the light in you. What an amazing talent. Oh, by the way, I want to just say hey to Jesse. He's our director back here today, and he is doing a fabulous spirit-filled job. Now, earlier, I sort of maybe, if you didn't read the calendar, tickled your interest by beginning to leave little M&Ms on the trail of knowing who today's speaker is. M&Ms because I love M&Ms and I'd follow a trail of M&Ms anywhere. But a little bit about today's speaker. So, as you may know, I am a licensed practitioner, and I very strongly believe that a part of my being a licensed practitioner has everything to do with all the teachers who've come before me. Today's speaker is one of my early teachers in science of mind. And I think it's especially important for us to recognize our teachers of color. Idalia Romero, one of my early teachers, is a licensed practitioner here at Columbia CSL, and she lovingly has served this community in its many forms for many, many years. Her talk today is entitled, "It Works If You Work It." And I already know she's going to work it. So please help me welcome Idalia Romero.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Io. I love you. And thank you, everyone, this morning who is here through the waves, because I'm just going to do a shout out for Zoom, StreamYard, all those technology that's out here, because it really, really shows us that we are one, no matter what is going on and what happens in these rooms. We are always connected and ready to step in. And I am so, so grateful for that, So good morning, my beloveds. Good morning. Happy New You. I am filled with joy and light this morning. I truly am. And I know you are too, because you are the light of the world, And I absolutely love the beginning of the year, because at the beginning of the year, I get to start all my readers. I have about 10 readers that I read every day. I'm not showing off. I just, letting you know that that's how I start my day, because I need to feed my consciousness. I need to feed my spirit, So I start at the beginning with those. And then there is the Science of Mind text. And I love, love, love the beginning of the Science of Mind text. So as you know, every year we like to begin our year with the core message, an introduction of Science of Mind principle. And that's where it is. It's way at the beginning of the text. And it starts out with the thing itself, the way it works, what it does, and how to use it. And as we follow that trail at the beginning of this year, it's just so glorious, so unbelievable, the things that I know I continue to learn every year that we start the year with, understanding these principles. Last week, Reverend Jenna talked about the thing itself, which Ernest Holmes describes as the first cause, spirit, mind, or that invisible essence, that ultimate stuff and intelligence from which every single thing comes from, the power back of creation, the thing itself. I love reading those words every year. In the study of sciences of mind, we accept this thing and we believe it. We truly, truly believe it. I see it everywhere today. And it's only been through me and my acceptance of this belief and trust in how this thing works in my life and in your life, because it does work. Because it works if we work it. Because it works if I work it. If I work it each and every day. Recently, I Recently, I heard a talk in which a speaker said that the first line in every book written tells us what that book is all about. And the last sentence in the book tells us what has happened. And if we piece these two things together, we will know what that book is about. And that's what Science of Mind text is. And I know it's a little thick, and sometimes, I know at the beginning I used to go like, oh, that's a thick book. I have to read it from beginning to end, But then I learned that, every time that I open that book, so whatever page I open it up to, it tells me what I need to know, right? So I'm going to share with you what's in the first page of the Science of Mind text. And this is the quote at the beginning of the text. It says, "These lessons are dedicated to that truth which frees man," and I'm leaving the words exactly as they're written, "which frees man from himself and sets him on the pathway of a new experience, which enables him to see through the mist to the eternal and changeless reality." Just take a deep breath. "Which enables us to see through the mist of the eternal and changeless reality." For me, that changeless reality is how I see my life, how we live our lives, and how this thing works in our lives. It's a changeless reality, living in the moment. And then I went to the last sentence in the text, which is at the end of the glossary. And it's under the description of word, the word. And the quote that's in there says, "The manifest universe as we see it, as well as the invisible universe that must also exist, is the result of the self-contemplation of God." There's that word contemplation that I.O. giggles behind. Contemplation of God. He spoke and it was done. The Word was with God and the Word was God. This reminds me of how Spirit worked in Ernest Holmes, using him as a channel in which the words printed in the Science of Mind text came into existence. The Spirit worked through him, as it works through us each and every moment of the day. Many years ago, I was asked by a spiritual counselor if I believed in God. Oh, I smiled and, I said, yes, of course I do. After all, I was a religious woman and I believed in God. At that time, I was a little offended by this question until she proceeded to ask me some other questions relating to the God of my understanding. And at that time, this is what I told her about the God of my understanding at that time. I said, well, it's like this little old man that's sitting up on a throne somewhere. And periodically, it comes forth to punish me when I needed it or gives me some type of attention when I do need it. And at that particular moment, she did not answer. But today I know why she did not answer. Yeah. Oh my God. Just the thought of that makes me smile and laugh today. But many, many years later, I was asked to do a little exercise. And here's what came forth. The exercise was to write a description of what I thought the God of my understanding looked and sounded like. So as I proceeded to put words to paper, I came to a realization that my God had changed. My version of that God that I had talked about years ago was different. It had shifted. It had shifted. Of course, my God had not changed, but my consciousness had changed. My mind had changed. First of all, I had started to accept that there was a power and an essence that lives inside of me. And every single person that I come in contact with, everyone, and I have to also remember that at different moments in my life as I'm living it, it is a power and an essence that lives inside of me and every single person. And second, I've come to understand and believe that this power is a power for good. And that it loves me. It loves me. And it loves all of you. It loves every single person on this planet and on this earth dearly. Oh my God. That thought it gives me little baby bumps on my skin. Just to think of the magnitude of this power, this very essence whose circumference is nowhere, and it goes above and beyond every single thing. Oh, wow. And that it is, and this was the third thing that really, really touched me, and I've already touched on this, and I've accepted this for sure. It is a universal power for good, and that I can use it, and that it uses me 24/7. It uses me and it uses you. And it's constantly, constantly at work. It doesn't rest. It doesn't rest. And number 4, there are no favorites. Oh my God. No favorites. Which for the longest time, I believed there were favorites. As I also mentioned before, if I did good, this power would reward me. And when I did bad and made mistakes, this power would punish me. Oh, to let go of those thoughts, to let go of what that could mean today in my life. Whew. It's gone. It's gone. My higher power loves me so much, and he loves you so, so much. So in the Signs of Mind text, Ernest Holmes says, there is a spirit that works for us by working through us. He goes on to say, we cannot recognize that it is while we are believing that it is not. Hence it is written, they entered not because of unbelief. That's from Hebrews 4:16. My joy and my light comes through my belief today. Because as we enter into this understanding, because of our belief, we know that we can only enter while there is belief, while there is faith, while there is trust, while there is trust in this magnitude of this universal power. In that same chapter, he goes on to say, our belief sets the limit of our demonstration of principle, which of itself is without limit. Without limit. As I said, there is no circumference. It is ready to fill everything because it is infinite. Because it is infinite. That is why it is not a question of willingness or its ability. It is only a question of my own receptivity, of your own receptivity of this power. So I believe that building our lives through our expanding consciousness is what Jesus taught, what this guy thought, this way shower thought. I believe that this is my ideal and this is your ideal. Expanding my consciousness and continuing to listen, continuing to learn, continuing to stay open, to keep an open heart 24/7. So I have thought about this because every time I talk to someone and I have discussions about God with different people along my journey, I feel like there is an increasing number of people, which I call having that upward pull of the divine in us. And that there is an expanding and corresponding consciousness of turning within, that has become somewhat of a norm. And I don't know today if this is because the people that I'm connected with today, or just because, I think it's just something that's happening in the world. As we say in these rooms, world that works for everyone, that we're coming to feel that upward pull. And as the laws of the universe become more and more widely known and understood, that's why we're here, to know that the reason why we're here is to become the magnets and to stay connected to being a magnet. So as these laws become more widely known and understood, that there is an accelerated spiritual growth through all of us. It's an innate knowledge of these laws of the universe that is activated in each and every one of us, with a consciousness that encourages us to flourish in our own uniqueness, to flourish. Recently, people keep asking me, what is my word of the year? My word of the year is influencer. I have finally come to that place inside of me that wherever I go and whatever I do and whatever words I speak, I'm not only influencing myself, but I'm influencing each and every person that I come in contact with. And I have to remember that. And I know sometimes it sounds like a lot of work, man. It does. But as the more I do it, the more I can see myself being an influencer. So I'm encouraging you today to think about, I was talking about intentions. And I know at the beginning of the year, we do have really deep intentions. And it's with those intentions to remember how we are influencing ourselves and those around us. So as we open ourselves up to having complete faith in this true essence of knowing and being in relationship with this power, the thing itself, we commit ourselves to living a life of faith. My acronym for faith is, for an instant, there's hope. And there's always hope. Knowing that having faith does not mean that we expect to have no challenges in life, for life is growth and change. Faith is the conviction of the changeless support within each and every one of us, even during changing and challenging times. Sometimes when I'm going through something, I have this little phrase. I go like, okay, bring it on, God, And I know that when I say those words, I'm in that place of faith, of knowing that the consciousness of faith that causes this synchronization of that transcendent force, so that all things are working together for good. All things, not only in my life, but in your life too. So let us remember what Ernest Holmes says. We are thinking, willing, knowing, conscious centers of life. We are surrounded by and immersed in, and there is flowing through us a creative something. Call it what you will. That is why the sum total of all our thoughts, will, purpose, and belief creates a tendency in this law that causes it to react to us according to the sum total of the belief. As we can believe, will be done to us. And that's how this thing works. It works through us continuously, nonstop, if we believe in it. Today, for me, it's a belief that I have in every fiber, cell, and tissue of my being. I'll quote again from a proverb, 24:3. Through wisdom, a house is built, and by understanding, it is established. Excuse me. So let's ask ourselves, what greatness has erupted in our house today? I'll share a little story that I read. I can't even remember where I read it. It was about Emily Dickinson and the house she lived in for most of her life in Amherst, Massachusetts. It was a house, but no means spectacular. It was the color of ochre and set among a small garden where Emily tended to her plants. She rarely left this house, but in this house, a lot of magic happened. And what happened was that nearly 2,000 of some of her greatest poems in the world has ever known were penned at that house, 280 Main Street in Amherst, Massachusetts. It was in an upstairs bedroom looking out through two large windows that she crafted lines that broke the mold of American verse. She defied convention and poured her soul into the elliptical appraisals of life, loss, and death. And the world was changed. So today, because that's all we have is today in this moment, right now, I'm asking you to look around you, to that space where you are standing or sitting. Knowing that you are in an incubator for greatness. Knowing that God can do wonderful things right here, right now, in this moment, and is doing if we allow God to, if we allow Spirit to, if we allow this creative energy to do the work that it does. And if we allow this power and this presence to do its work, all we need to do is to take action, to do the footwork, to make every step we take go in the direction that we want it to go in our lives. And to remember that it works if you work it. So work it. You are worth it. You are worth it. I am worth it. We are all worth it. That together, united together with this power and this presence and each other, the works are beyond anything that we could even imagine at this very moment. So I'm going to leave you today with a poem by James Dillard Freeman. He wrote this poem when his wife was going through some ill health as a reminder for himself. And it has been one of the greatest poems written. In 1971, this poem, and it's called I Am There, was carried to the moon by Apollo 15. It was stored in a microfilm file. The poem was intended to be left there for future space explorations. And that's where we are right now. We're in a place of exploration for ourselves. So I'm going to read it to you. It says, "Do you need me? I am there. You cannot see me, yet I am the light you see by. You cannot hear me, yet I speak through your voice. You cannot feel me, yet I am the power at work in your hands. I am at work though you do not understand my ways. I am at work though you do not recognize my works. I am not strange visions. I am not mysteries. Only in absolute stillness. Beyond self can you know me as I am, and then but as a feeling and a faith. Yet I am there, yet I hear, yet I answer. When you need me, I am there. When you deny me, I am there. When you feel most alone, I am there. Even in your fears, I am there. Even in your pain, I am there. I am there when you pray and when you do not pray. I am in you and you are in me. Only in your mind can you feel separate from me, for only in your mind are the midst of yours and mine. Yet only with your mind can you know me and experience me. Empty your heart of empty fears. When you get yourself out of the way, I am there. And you can of yourself do nothing, but I can do all, and I am in all. Though you may not see the good, good is there, for I am there. I am there because I have to be, because I am. Only in me does the world have meaning. Only out of me does the world take form. Only because of me does the world go forward. I am the law on which the movement of the stars and the growth of the living cells are founded. I am the love that the law is fulfilling. I am assurance. I am peace. I am oneness. I am the law that you can live by. I am the love that you can cling to. I am your assurance. I am your peace. I am one with you. I am you. Though you fail to find me, I do not fail you. Though your faith in me is unsure, my faith in you never wavers, because I know you, because I love you. Beloved, I am there. Oh, let's just take a moment to take these words into our heart, knowing that there is only one power and one presence, one mind, one absolute essence. And this power, this presence lives inside of each and every one of us. And today we are here to not only celebrate our oneness with this power, but to know that we are always connected, to know that we are the power in which this essence works, because it works through us as us in this moment. So we are grateful. We are grateful for every single thing in our lives, no matter what it looks like, no matter what it sounds like. We know that we are always connected with this power and this essence. And we are grateful as we release these words into the nothingness of which they've been spoken today through me as me. We just know it is done, it is done, it is done. And all we need to know and to say is yes, yes, yes. And so it is. Amen. Namaste.
Thank you, Idalia. For an instant, there is hope. What an inspiring talk. I took away, or I have been influenced to look deeper and recognize within myself that the permission to start my happy new you is within my control. And so I give myself permission. I hope, and as a practitioner, I hold the knowing that you do the same for yourself. I love the poem and the understanding and acceptance that out of ordinariness comes the unspeakable, unbelievable. This is my ordinary room where I sit and I contemplate my prayers in response to your prayer requests, my talks in response to our science of mind. Out of this comes whatever it is that you receive from me. Share in the chat your ordinary place of exquisite, influential thoughts and actions. Put it in the chat so we can all read about you. So, this week, this Sunday, starting to wind down, but not just Io, but our entire team of millions of people who stand with me as we put together these thought-provoking and influential hours of spiritual practice every week. Want to let you know that next week in person at the Hawthorne Center, we will have our guest artists, Jamie Hudson Craig and Jerry Hudson. Yay, Jamie, one of our own, two of our own. And our guest speaker will be Reverend Rafe Ellis, sharing his message, Your Thinking Makes You So. Your thinking makes you so. Your thinking makes you so. Come hear it and see which version of the title he's really using. Now, Reverend Rafe is not just another one of our extraordinary and exquisite guest speakers. Most of you already know, but for those who maybe didn't hear the news, Reverend Rafe is our candidate for senior minister. And next week, he will provide the sermon and facilitate an afternoon workshop in person at the Hawthorne Center. During that eventful day, there will be a luncheon in which you're going to get an opportunity to greet and meet and talk to him in between the talk and the workshop. You can find more information on our website calendar, and please RSVP to our spectacular Reggie at reggiecolumbiacsl.com so we can get a head count for lunch and worship seating. Ooh, now it's my pleasure to once again, 3 times today, we're going to hear from Theta Phoenix. Here comes more music for the soul. Enjoy.
This song is about allowing ourselves to be in the human experience, allowing ourselves to grieve the passage of time and moments, because we're always in the present moment and life is always changing, and it's okay to honor and grieve and still trust and surrender. The song is spontaneously created in the moment. How would you like to start again? How would you like to start again? So many things that built up over time, so many things that we wish we could find, things that we wanted to hold on to, but we had to let go. Sometimes we wanted to hold
What a beautiful song and performance. Thank you, Theta, for that. We appreciate your gifts and talents. And if you want more of Theta in your personal life, she's an influencer to you. You can reach her good works through thetaphoenix.com, spelled ThedaPhoenix.com, to hear more beautiful soulful music. We have just received, and now we can consciously give back. So I invite you to invoke feelings of love, gratitude, and abundance. Just allow them to fill you and overflow in the space around you and envelope the planet. Let's use the power of our words by speaking our prosperity affirmation together. I know that the infinite abundance of the universe is blessing and expanding my offering for the good of all. And so it is. Now, we offer easy ways to donate your offering. You can make a one-time or recurring donation through our website, www.columbiacsl.com. You can text your donation to us at 410-498-6175. And we know that as we give, we receive, and we do so in gratitude. It's called the law of circulation. So please join me as we bless every gift bestowed upon Columbia CSL. Together, we receive these gifts, knowing that they nurture and support our vision of contributing to a world that works for everyone. And so it is. We appreciate every contribution. Your support ensures that we remain a vital and thriving center for everyone's spiritual nourishment. Now, on behalf of our entire community, thank you for being a part of our spiritual family today, and we look forward to seeing you again. At the end of service, remember to stay for the announcement slides so you can keep informed on everything that's coming up. But here are a few notes I want to highlight. First of all, the Science of Mind Guide for Spiritual Living for the month of February is out, and our very own Rebecca Bell, one of our licensed practitioners, one of the co-leaders of our minister selection panel, a mover and shaker and leader in our youth program, has written one of the articles. Please purchase the book or the magazine, excuse me. You can purchase it online or in various bookstores, and support our Rebecca by reading the article and letting her know you read it. Talk to her about it. Let her know your thoughts. Now, as I already mentioned, next week, we hope you'll join us at the Hawthorne Center to meet the candidate, Reverend Rafe Ellis. If you can't join us in person, the Sunday message will be live streamed as always on Twitch TV, YouTube, or Facebook Live. And the links can be found on our website at columbiacsl.com. The following Sunday, January 29th, our annual meeting will be virtual after service on Zoom. We can't stress enough how important it is for everyone to be at this meeting. Members in good standing will vote on whether to accept Reverend Rafe Ellis as our senior minister. We will also vote on the Board of Trustees slate, which consists of the following givers of their personal abundance and artful gifts. So These individuals include running for a first term, Andrea Brockfeld, running for a second term, B. Eamon James, also running for a second term, Karen Brown, running for a first term, Mary Jane Thompson, and Don Henderson, woo-hoo, has agreed to serve in an advisory non-voting role. They will all be joining Julia Mattis, who is in the second year of her 2-year term. So the Zoom link will be sent out via email, or you can sign up for the meeting on our website and you'll receive the Zoom link in a confirmation email. I know that was a lot to take in, but if you stick around for the slides, you'll see the information again. It is my deep pleasure to introduce once again Idalia to close our service with an affirmation for this week.
This week is filled with so much in the next several weeks too for us at the Columbia Center for Spiritual Living. So we're going to just take a moment to bless this journey that we're on, to know that the right and perfect minister is already here for us, as we once again affirm divine order through us, blesses and increases all that we give and all that we receive. And we are so, so grateful for every single thing in our lives. And so it is. Amen.
By the light of my faith, shining both night and day, shining both night and day. I am a radiant light of God. I shine the light of peace. I am a radiant light of God. I shine the light of peace. When I see your face, I see God's light guiding you on your way, guiding you on your way. I am a radiant light of God. Beauty. I shine the light of beauty. I am a radiant light of God. I shine the light of beauty. And with conviction so sound, I know that now is the time to pray. Now is the time to pray. I am a radiant light of wisdom. Oh yeah. I am a radiant light of God. Shine the healing. Prosperity. Silence. Light of God, I shine the light of silence. I am a radiant light of God. I shine the light of silence. Love.